Hi there, been watching lots of the videos about the soul music vinyl tag set by Lavelle Andrew. So I thought I should get involved. I've never done this sort of thing before, but since soul music is pretty much my main thing, I thought I'd better try and have a go through this. It's very difficult. All the things on the wall are the ones I didn't pick, and there's some classic records there, but I did it in a bit of a rush in the end because it was just too impossible to think of everything. But I've got the list of questions, so let's see if we can do it. The first soul album I ever got on vinyl was this, which is an odd choice. Otis Redding, Live at the Whiskey A Go Go Volume 2. I used to collect a lot of albums on cassette when I was a kid. So I had loads of soul music cassettes, but this was the first LP that I ever bought with my own money. Not bad. I mean, there's obviously better Otis Redding albums. There's better live Otis Redding albums, but there you go. That was the first one I got. A Motown album. This was the first Motown album I came across today. Diana Ross, what's it called? Touch Me in the Morning. It's not a great album, but it does have a very nice version of Save the Children, the Marvin Gaye song. And it's got some nice arrangements from Gene Page. I'm not a huge fan of Diana Ross, but this album, when it's good, is definitely really good. Most recent, I went to a record fair on Sunday, yesterday, and I got this, Foxy. Get Off is the name of the album. It's more of a disco album, probably, from the late 70s, but it has the tune Mademoiselle on it, which is very popular in this country, sort of in the late 80s, early 90s, as a sort of revival of that sort of thing. But it's actually a pretty solid album, quite discified, but great. So yeah, I think that counts as a soul album. That was my most recent purchase. A 45, I've got quite a lot of 45s, mainly soul music, so this was a bit difficult, but I thought I'd go with something that people might know, or maybe they don't. This is Al Green, who's got lots of classic albums. I think there's one up there somewhere. And the single is Oh Me Oh My, Dreams in My Arms, one of his bigger hits. And that's nice, obviously. But I'm recommending this 45 because on the B-side, you have the song Strong as Death, Sweet as Love. Not everybody knows that song. It's one of Al Green's best songs, and it's not on any of his albums. If you like his song Simply Beautiful or How to Mend a Broken Heart, it's a bit in that line. It's Al getting really, really serious and very slow, heavy tune, that one. Recommend it. And that's just a B-side, which many people might not know about. Live album. Oh, that was difficult. I was thinking Curtis, Donny, but I stopped for this one instead. Nina Simone. You might think of Nina Simone more as a jazz singer, but she's such a powerful force of nature. She basically is all on her own thing, and the soulfulness of this album is insane. One song in particular that I would pick up on, Who Knows Where the Time Goes, makes the hair on the back of your neck stand up. It's beautiful stuff. Very, very heavy album as well, in the soulful vein. Male favourite. I debated this for a bit, but I think I have to go with Marvin for me. But I thought I'd show one of his less well-known albums. This is In Our Lifetime, which was his last album for Motown. And it wasn't actually really given his consent. It was a bit of a botched job at the end that they released this. He wasn't very happy with it, but it's really solid. I mean, perhaps it's not up there with his sort of What's Going On, Let's Get It On, all of that sort of run. But I think there's really good stuff on this, worth checking out. And I mean, it used to be very affordable. You used to see it everywhere. So maybe that's the same nowadays. I'm not so sure. Favourite female. This was a difficult one as well. I wasn't quite sure who to go for, but I thought I'm going to go for the singer who I enjoy listening to most. And that is Martina Shaw. Now, again, she's kind of like a jazz singer and soul singer in one, but she has such great personality and character in all of her songs that it really is a thrilling listen. Her only problem is she doesn't really have any great albums. It's got a load of albums, all with one or two great songs on them. This album is okay, but the standout for me, there's actually some pretty good songs on here, but again, another really nice version of Save the Children, the Marvin Gaye song. I think it's slightly better than Diana Ross's version. But yeah, she has so much charisma and character and I think what you'd call sass in her voice. But I definitely recommend Martina Shaw. Funk album, this was difficult as well, so I just went for the first one in the box. This is Maceo, Us. This is a great album, really great, because it's funky as hell. Soul Power 74, him just doing soul power basically. But it's also very soulful. It's got some really nice, gentle soul music on it, and Soul of a Black Man is a pretty hardcore, one of those long, stretched out sort of opuses. Definitely worth checking out. Obviously anything from James Brown and his stable is worth checking out, but this is a particular favourite. Funk, a blaxploitation soundtrack. I had a few here and I didn't want to go for the obvious ones, so I thought I'd pick up on this one because I haven't mentioned Donny Hathaway yet. So this is Come Back Charleston Blue. Music composed by Donny Hathaway, supervised by Quincy Jones. It's a pretty solid album. Probably the most notable thing about this is it has the original studio version of Little Ghetto Boy, which he does so magnificently on his live album. But it's a nice one to add in. I thought I could have shown Shaft or Superfly, but I think lots of other people have shown that. So there's a different one. Number 10, favourite album. That's impossible. I can't pick a favourite album. So I just picked one which today, the 24th of May, I think it's the 24th, seemed to stand out to me. Although tomorrow, and actually in 10 minutes, ask me and I'll say something different. But I thought I'd put this one. This is Shuggie Otis, Inspiration Information, just sublime on every level. And to think he pretty much made it all by himself, playing all the instruments and everything. Absolutely superb. Then, next bit is running through the years. So starting with the 60s, let's go back to Otis with the Dictionary of Soul. I managed to pick this up at a record fair not so long ago for £5. I thought it was a bargain. It's a bit battered, but I've got it more than anything because I like the cover. Ronnie Stutz famously did a lot of these covers for Stax Records, and they're all quite strange, a lot of them, but in a kind of amusing way, and that's quite a fun one. So yeah, have a bit of Otis. 70s, pretty much all my soul albums are from the 1970s, so this was impossible. So I just thought I'd pick up one that's nice. This is Gloria Scott. What Am I Gonna Do? It's a very classy soul album, I would say, all produced by Barry White, who, if you didn't know, is an absolute genius. Frankly, I think I should have had a bit more Barry White in here, but he produced this album with some, I'm assuming it's got some arrangements by Gene Page as well. But yeah, really, really nice, classy, good songs, some nice sort of upbeat moments, lots of soulful moments as well. Definitely one worth checking out. And 80s, well, I thought I had more 80s albums than I did. So in the end, I just settled for this one, Benny King. Most people probably know him for Stand By Me from the 60s and Being with the Drifters before that. But this is an album he did in the early 80s. Street Tough, the main song, Street Tough, is a big, big sort of rare groove, funky tune. And there's some other nice stuff on there as well. Quite an 80s sound, but not sort of heavily disco or boogie at the same time. All right, nearly getting there. A duet. I don't have any duet albums, to be honest, so that was a bit difficult. So I thought I'd show this 7-inch by a group called The Dealers. I'm for you, you for me, on the Muscle Shoals sound. Beautiful record this, and it has a man and a woman singing on it. Don't know who they are, don't know anything about this record other than what it says here. But yeah, nice. It's not an album though. And favourite song, again, is completely impossible. I just couldn't choose that. And so as I was flicking through my 45s, I picked out this one, and I do love this song. It's obviously not a very well-known song, but until fairly recently it was pretty much impossible to get. But it is one of the classic songs which every time I hear it makes me feel very happy. It's a very joyous song, and it was re-released last year. The group is called Sweet Mixture, and the song is called The House of Fun and Love. If you don't know it, check it out. It will make your day feel a lot more cheerful. Okay, that's my list of the Soul Tag 2021. I could do a reggae one. Well, no, I couldn't do a reggae one because I don't think I have a big enough variety of records for reggae. But anyway, that was good fun. Till next time.